Good morning, good morning, good morning, folks. And yes, my throat is rough. My body is desperately trying to come down with a freaking head cold, and I'm like fighting it off with immune tea and like loads and loads of vitamins. So keep your fingers crossed for me, alright? Alright, we're going back to that horrible world known as the JRC this morning, but before we get started, a few of the usual disclaimers. First off, you are going to see the link to this 1979 report right there in the description box, alongside the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject. We also have templates, folks. Sign your name and click on your senator. I'm not going to harp on it any longer than just saying, get it done. Also, the ever present and self explanatory change.org. Excuse me. Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. Now, a couple of trigger warnings. First off, remember, folks, especially those that are coming to this channel via the actually autistic hashtag, this report is from 1979. It has some of the most ableist and dismissive views on disabled people that I have seen this side of 1995. So just know, this language is not coming from me. The 70s sucked for disabled people. Okay? And also, another trigger warning for those outside the actually autistic community. When we talk about the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center, formerly known as the Behavioral Research Institute, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you have young children present, please use your headphones and grab you a kitty, okay? Grab you a kitty. They are wonderful comfort animals, aren't you, Mr. Mew? He's like, I am here to give you relief from the bullshit you are about to hear. Because I am fluffy. And I purr. Yeah, right, Mr. Mew. Photobomb. Photobombing cat. Mr. Brahma cat, everybody. Apparently he's not camera shy this morning. Alright, Kay, you ready to be a proper co-host? Yay! Well, look at that. Look at that, everyone. Alright, Mr. Mittens, you ready to do this? Alright, so folks, also, it is 7:43 a.m. in the morning. I have not had my second dose of caffeine. This is the calm down / tea second dose of caffeine in the morning. So if I stumble over my words, my apologies in advance, alright? Alright, Mr. Kitten is here to provide us emotional support for the level of stupid we're getting ready to deal with. Student appearance and attire. The students were attractively groomed and attired for the duration of the visit. Oh, for fuck's sake, who gives a damn? I knew it. I knew I was going to lose my shit on something. Who cares if you make them pretty so that, God, who cares? But they were wearing ties and clean shirts, Tiffany, and girls wore pretty dresses, and why the hell does that matter? Really? Really? It's called smokes and mirrors, folks. smokes and mirrors, but we're presenting them as well-behaved gentlemen and ladies. Well-behaved according to whom? You? They're not even presenting them as within the standards of your typical average neurotypical teenager. No, they expect us to behave even better. And why? So that we can prove that we are worthy to be included into society. And what's really fucked up is that a standard that is still alive and well to this very day. But moving on. No New York State student was wearing short pants, gym shorts with elastic waists, as was described as typical attire in the BRI literature. The purpose of such pants is to enable staff to immediately remove them as needed for a pinch or a spank to the buttocks. That's fucking sick. Did I even hear? So, usually they have them basically wear pants for easy access? Easy access to abuse them. Really? Does nobody see something here that's called, I don't know, sexual harassment of a minor? Because I do. I do. The team did not note. The team did note that 2 other students of the school were attired in such pants, and that staff had considerable difficulty in removing the long pants with belts on New York students. Oh, how horrible. You don't have easy access to abuse them and potentially sexually assault a fucking minor. God. Dr. Blink was asked whether or not the children were attired differently for the benefit of the site visitation team. He replied that it was entirely possible that special effort had been made to dress the children for visitors, as everyone likes to put their best foot forward when under observation. Oh, telling on yourself. Do go on. Language used by staff and children. The BRI staff use language extensively to keep children directed to their tasks and to provide verbal reinforcements or verbal reprimand. Oh, for fuck's sake, that would drive me batshit insane. Batshit insane. Do you do this to normal teenagers? No? Then why is it okay with us? But Tiffany, they need to be reminded. I can tell you something, as an autistic. Not all the time. No, the fuck we don't. All you're gonna do is fucking agitate us and make those quote unquote behaviors a fuck of a lot worse. The worst goddamn thing you can fucking do is remind me every 2 damn seconds. Remind me once. Possibly even twice on a bad day. Especially during brain fog. But every 2 seconds and then constantly never shutting the fuck up will drive me batshit. That is meltdown inducing. God, the hell is wrong with people? Oh, I'm gonna shake myself, God. And the fact each classroom is under continual verbal barrage. God, kill me. Most of the statements made by staff to students refer directly to tasks and appear to be distorted one-way conversation. They do not allow for response and do not provide the students with a good model for imitation. Who's surprised? We've said it before. The JRC don't want their students getting better. Because how are they supposed to keep raking in state dollars if they get better and actually move forward. No, they want to impede their development and make them into starved, unemotional robots that must be continued to be punished while they continue to make money off their fucking backs. Just saying. Year after year. Some of the language patterns frequently used by staff in their day-to-day interactions with children include rapidly stated phrases as, "Oh, fuck me." "Good task, right?" "No task wrong." "No self-restraint." "Good appropriate conversation." "Oh, for fuck's sake." Good appropriate conversation? Because you can only talk about what we tell you you can talk about. And nobody sees anything wrong with this. Oh, you do have freedom of speech. Unless you're disabled or autistic. And by the way, folks, that hasn't really improved all that much since the 1970s either. You even try to debate ABA's existence and use on autistics? Yeah. It doesn't matter that it makes no coherent, logical, or scientific sense. Parents have had ABA shoved down their throats by some of the best snake oil salesmen in the goddamn business for so long that if you even fucking dare to try to speak sense to stupid, yeah. But it's the gold standard medical practice. Well, frontal lobotomies used to be the gold standard too. I don't see us doing it anymore, do you? Okay, moving on. Good no getting out of your seat. Good working without stopping. So let's go ahead and emphasize them that, yeah, that's going to help with development. Sure, Jan. These are repeated over and over as a treatment worker walks up and down the table attending to the students. God fucking kill me. The children, on the other hand, are rewarded for speaking in complete sentences whenever a phrase is more appropriate. Oh, dear God. Seriously? You want a cookie? You said a full sentence, Tiffany. How wonderful. You want a cookie? I will fucking throat punch you. God, I used to hate that condescending shit in school so much. It was absolutely enraging. Especially by the time I hit high school and they would try to talk to me like I was 6 years old shit. There's a reason my favorite teacher at my senior year was my goddamn English teacher, who seemed to be the only one who fucking understood that I was an intelligent young adult. God. They respond to simple questions such as, "What is your name? Where do you live? How old are you?" And they must answer with a full sentence response. Oh, fuck me, but... Another example of double standards where the autistic or the disabled person has to go the extra mile that the able-bodied person does not. It's bullshit. My name, and they must answer with full sentence response, "My name is." These questions are asked at random intervals throughout the day at times when there is no connection between what a child is doing and what kind of question he is asked. Therefore, the verbalizations evoked from the children are isolated and meaningless. In other words, here's me. Here's me at that fucking place had I been there. "So what's your name?" I'm like, I have been your student for how fucking long and your dumbass can't figure out what my name is? It's at the top of your sheet, sweetie. Figure it the fuck out. Yeah, they would have never taken me off of cursives. Never. In the context of what is occurring. A child answers the irrelevant question satisfactorily and might be rewarded by the response, good appropriate conversation. Fuck me. The language used by many of the children is stiff and unnatural. Words are sharply cut off. Voices are expressionless. There was little or no evidence of spontaneous speech on the part of the children, and it does not appear that spontaneous speech is encouraged by the staff. They're fucking torture victims, people. Seriously? Of course they're going to be robotic. Of course they're not going to show any real personality. Because you want to know what happens when they do? They're punished for it. These days, they're shocked for it. Some utterances by children who were lower in expressive language ability were punished because they were viewed as inappropriate noises. Fuck me. Therefore, for some children, spontaneous verbalizations, babbling, and speech play were systematically and harshly discouraged. Yeah, that's how Linda Cornelissen died. It must be emphasized, however, that some of the nonverbal children were being taught to communicate through use of simple signs. For some students, most notably for Blank, who is deaf, this mode of communication is highly desirable as being appropriately taught and utilized. Is it? Because recent reports beg to differ. Behavioral research. Okay, so we'll get into page 22 tomorrow. So we learned a lot of messed up things that somehow did not raise any red flags for these people. So what we learn here? That normal attire is elastic shorts so that the staff has easier access to the buttock and to be able to give pinches. And somehow this was not found disturbing. Granted, I realize this is 1979, but come on. And you all then are shocked and surprised when predators end up taking residents as staff? Just saying. Just saying. Think about it here. So, not only are we doing that, we're infantilizing them. Good appropriate conversation. Here's your appropriate conversation. We get the fact that these kids are robotic, non-emotional in their responses. Now, this is not all that surprising to me. That is actually pretty accurate portrayal of what happens when a person has been traumatized repeatedly, as obviously these kids were. It's not that shocking to me that they didn't have spontaneous conversations. Not at all, because they don't encourage it. They don't want these kids talking to each other. And why do they not want them talking to each other? Well, that's real simple. Remember, it was in a document, Dr. Israel said, we don't want them colluding against us. That's in a previous document that we all read on this channel, by the way. So, it's a lot that we continue to learn about this place. And the more we learn, the more it absolutely obliterates any argument that the JRC has ever put forward in regards to why their treatments supposedly work. So we're going to be looking into more things, and what's even more tragic is as we look through this report and we think about all the abuse reports and everything we have read up until this time, it shows us that absolutely nothing has changed since this report came out in 1979. It's food for thought. Now, on that note, folks, we're going to go ahead and close out for this morning. Now, I am going to have a few more videos up, but there's a few things I got to take care of first. But for now, we don't get very many views on this channel. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this morning. And as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.